Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger coming at y'all on NBA 2K22 current gen. Today, I got a very special build going to be called the Jack of all trades, but we're going to be able to get contact dunks on this build today. So y'all are in store for a banger. Before we get any further, man, I really just got to go ahead and take the opportunity to say thank God for this opportunity. Thank y'all for your support. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody who was looking to join the Rich Gang family, all you got to do is two simple things. Be sure to go ahead and turn on post notifications. And second, go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. I would appreciate it if we can get at least 50 likes on this video. That would really help me out. But now, let's just go ahead and get into the making of this build, the Jack of all trades. Today, this is going to be one of the rarest builds that you're ever going to see with how I'm bringing it to y'all. So, remember, we're also going to be able to get the contact dunks out of this build, so just be sure to make it exactly as I show y'all. So what you want to go ahead and do is put it under the point guard position. Now, when it comes down to the pie chart, remember, a Jack of all trades is going to be able to do everything that you want, especially when it comes down true to the name. So are we going to go ahead and pick a playmaking pie chart, possibly a shooting one, defensive, or a finishing? I'm going to be real with y'all. The one that we're going to go ahead and pick is going to be split right down the middle between the shooting as well as the finishing. Now, I also got to remind y'all that you can possibly make this build out of another pie chart. I am more than sure that you can, but if you decide to go ahead and do that, just let me know in the comment section, and I most definitely will be dropping that build if you give me the details. But now, when it comes down to the physical profile, do not go with the very first one. You're only going to get about a +3 speed when it's all said and done compared to this one. So go with the fourth, 82 speed, 81 acceleration, and an 83 vertical. And this one is going to be much more better overall. So let's just go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build. When it comes down to the close shot, I'm going to go with the 77. Driving layup, going to go up to an 88. Driving dunk, 77, standing dunk, a 40, and then the post hook is going to be an 86. Right there, we get 17 badges for the finishing. Really solid in my book. Now let's go ahead and get into the shooting. Mid-range shot, we're going to go with it, is going to be an 83. Then when it comes down to the three-pointer, I'm going to go with an 81. Free throw, 88. And then when it comes down to the post fade, I decided to go ahead and make this build with 20 shooting badges. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put my post fade to a 75. And right there, everything is going to fit perfectly. Now, let's just go ahead and take it one step further. We're going to go ahead and get into the playmaking now. So our pass accuracy, 76. Ball handle, 81, and then when it comes to the post control, I'm going to go with the 44, and right there, we get a good amount of playmaking badges, being 13. Now, let's just go ahead and talk about the defensive side real quick. So you're not going to be able to get more than one badge on this build unless you go about it a different way when it comes down to the finishing, shooting, or the playmaking. But you're going to be able to max out that perimeter defense and lateral quickness. I know it's tempting to put the rest of the attributes into the steal, but if you do that, the build name is going to change to a pass first point. So go ahead and max out that defensive rebound and put the offensive all the way up to a 41. Right here, this is pretty much how the build is going to be looking like, but remember, there is a lot of things that you must take into consideration when it comes down to this build. Also remember, at 99 overall, you're getting a +4 to all of your stats. Also bind boosts for each category, which is another +4, and then if you run with a teammate that has floor general and defensive leader on Hall of Fame, another +4, so +12. Then which takeover you pick, that is a +10. So for one of these categories, you're going to have a +22, y'all. That is crazy, and that is only when you're in takeover, so just be sure to remember that. Now, when it comes to the height, we're not going to be going with a small build. We're actually going to go ahead and put this build all the way up to 6'5". That's going to be perfect to unlock the contact dunks that we want. Then, when it comes down to the weight, this is a very crucial part about the build as well. You want to go ahead and put the weight to 184. This is going to allow us to keep the physicals that we have. Also, not messing with some of the main stats. That is something that we would not want to happen. And then, when it comes down to the wingspan, we're not going to be going with the lowest. Instead, we are actually going to go ahead and max the wingspan out. As you can see, we get the 81 driving dunk at 99 overall. You're going to be able to get the contact dunks that we want. And then, even so, with the takeover that you pick, remember, that's going to give us a huge boost. And I'm just going to let y'all know, I'm going to go ahead and pick a shooting takeover. So a plus 12 and then a plus 10. Going to be a plus 22 when it's all said and done. And this build actually has the potential to be able to get a 99 mid-range and three-pointer. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at that in about a moment. But right now, as you can see, we get the slashing takeover, then we get the shot creating, which is going to break ankles and allow us to shoot better. Then we get the sharp shooting and the playmaking to break the ankles. I'm going to be real with y'all though, I would pick shot creating takeover because that's going to give us a boost to our shooting as well as the ability to break ankles like the playmaking. And as y'all can see, we have made the jack of all trades build, and I love the comparison of James Harden. This is literally the perfect James Harden build. We only get one defensive badge. I'm not saying anything about his defense, but man, y'all already know how he is when it comes to real life on the D. Now, don't take my words out of accountability. Y'all know what I mean. So now let's just go ahead and take a quick look at what this build is going to be looking like once you max it out. So remember, we're getting a plus 12 to our shooting, playmaking, defense, and the finishing. Then from there, when it comes down to the shooting, we're going to take a really quick look at this. We're getting a plus 10 from the takeover. So essentially, once you add that plus 12, then you add the plus 10, pretty much you're going to have a 99 three-pointer, 99 free throw, pretty much close to a 99 post fade, and a 99 mid-range shot. The mid-range and the three-pointer are the two key things here, but when it comes down to the rest of these stats, you're going to be able to really, when it comes down to the perimeter defense, this will be in the high 80s. Same exact thing for the lateral quickness. Same thing when it comes down to the defensive end, but this is going to be an exact 80 for the defensive rebound. And now onto the playmaking, you're going to be able to speed boost with this build. The pass accuracy is going to be up there. Then when it comes down to the finishing, you're going to have a 99 post hook on this build, 99 driving layup, and pretty much a 92 close shot. Remember, also a plus 12 to the driving dunk, so your driving dunk will be in the 90s, and that is with the plus 4 that we get from 99 overall. Also, we're going to be buying boost, which is another plus 4, and then running with teammates that have floor general and defensive leader, which is another plus 4, so plus 12, and that is where I get the numbers from. Y'all can add it up exactly if you want, just to see what this build is going to look like. But when it comes down to the defensive badges, there are two that I would consider: Intimidator or Clamps. I'm going to leave it up to y'all. But now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking badges. So we have 13 that we're going to be able to work with. For me, I'm going to go with Handles for Days, Quick First Step. Now, we got 7 more remaining from here. I'm going to go with Quick Chain as well as Hyperdrive. The last one that I would put on would be Unpluckable. And if you feel like changing any of the tiers of the badges up, you definitely can do so. I'm going to leave it up to y'all. But now, let's go ahead and get into the next set of badges, which is going to be the finishing. We actually get Hall of Fame for this category as well as the shooting, which makes the build even better all around. So I'm going to go with Posterizer first, and then from there you also got to go ahead and put on Limitless Takeoff. Now we got 9 more badges remaining, so from here it really comes down all to your preference. The 2 essential badges are going to be Posterizer and Limitless Takeoff, but for my liking, I normally would like to run Slithery Finisher. I would go with Unstrippable on Bronze or Hall of Fame. Comes down to your comfort level. And then for the very last one, I would think that this is going to be a really strong badge to add on this build. Going to be Giant Slayer. A majority of the centers are going to be 6'8" and up. So if you're taking them to the paint and have Giant Slayer on, that is going to be a huge help. Another one that I would consider though would be Fearless Finisher or even Pro Touch. But I'm going to leave it on Giant Slayer just to get more contact animations. Now, let's go ahead and get into the final part, the shooting. 20 badges to work with. So the main one that you first want to go ahead and put on is going to be Sniper. Now I know Hot Zone Hunter, but okay, we're going to go ahead and save that for the end. Also, I'm going to throw in Deadeye on Hall of Fame, Silver Corner Specialist, as well as Catch and Shoot. And then from there, I'm going to go with Blinders. And lastly, we can add Hot Zone Hunter. But I want to change something up about this build. I want to be able to spread the wealth just a little bit more. So I'm going to drop the tiers of Deadeye, Catch and Shoot, and Corner Specialist. And then the one badge that I would consider out of these would be Chef, Circus 3s, Mismatch Expert, or even green machine. All of these are some really nice setups. You could even go with lucky number 7. It comes down to what you want to do. I'm going to go with mismatch expert, and this is a setup that I would go with. 17 finishing, 20 shooting, then we get 13 playmaking, and then to finish it off, we get 1 defensive badge. I just gotta say thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity. Thank y'all for your support. It means the world to me. Just know that I got bangers lined up this week for current as well as next gen, and then also gameplay. So man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody who wants to join the Rich Gang family, RGF, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but also be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. I would appreciate it if we could get 50 likes on this video. Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And last but not least, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.